That's why we're a great duo, Mike, and great to talk to you today. And you know what? You could be in the business for 40 years,
Yeah.
which, is how long I've been in the business and always learn something new. And I learned something new from Michael yesterday. So you guys know I've been trying to top pick oil all last week, had some nice scalps, but we opened at new highs for the move yesterday. And I just put a piece on Sunday night. So I had a pretty good drawdown, and I come in here to the chat and I see Michael say mid-morning fade and in oil and on a Monday. So Mike, welcome. Great to talk to you again.
Of course. Good
I
morning, everyone.
I've made a living off of turnaround Tuesdays, but you know what? That's a new one. So I watched it, and Michael was
My
getting
job.
short
Yeah.
right near the highs. Okay,
Yeah.
and that this was mid morning, and nice break, and the market. And he said he was just starting. He was going to add today, and we're putting in kind of an ugly day. I mean, the market's so bullish crude, and I'm sure you're long term bullish, Mike, and you're just looking for
But
some type of correction here.
well, correction or pullback. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But I also think the rotation also happened to work as well. It wasn't like the whole market opened up
Right.
and then I threw a dart and it just so happened. I just thought that that Monday rotation, and there's also profit taking. I don't think I wasn't like I said in our videos. I didn't short COP, and then I didn't run to this, didn't take a drive thinking that I got the all-time high on COP and I was hurting my hand, patting myself on the back. That was not it. I'm just there to make a move and take a trade and take some money off the market as the rotation may play out. Naturally, I have longer term positions, which I post, but as Monday morning, as I say all the time, is really I don't want to say it's the most important, but it's the most amount of data that I put out that actually starts to matriculate or starts to leak out through the week as things start to happen. So with that being said, as the Monday morning oil pop happened, we showed you that the sectors were oversold. That type of trade, I always say we might be wrong before we're going to be right, because some of these stocks were up 3 to 6%. And, it's kind of where you draw the line between averaging down. But if you have a plan, it's not averaging down.
Okay, so your plan was the mid-morning fade. Is this just for oil or for all markets? And is it on a Monday? Most people know turnaround Tuesday. Where did you learn, if I'm describing it correctly, where did you learn about a mid-morning fade on a Monday? Because I never heard about it before.
Well, I don't know how to say it. I guess not to be facetious. It just
You noticed it over time.
No. It seems like when everybody piles into crude and it's been going up, and I'm long-term bullish crude too. Listen, if it's when everybody piles into the Friday afternoon and then it opens up, you have to. It's a little bit of sentiment too. It's not a mathematical equation, as you will attest to, Coach. It's a little bit of sentiment. Everybody's all in and says, I don't want to be short over the weekend. I get it. I didn't short over the weekend either. I was willing to miss the fact that if crude opens down, there's plenty of, by the way, there's plenty of other things to do. I wouldn't be banging my head against the wall if I saw crude open down 2% Monday morning, say I missed the trade's over. Next, there's always another area. With that being said, so when it pops Monday morning, and then I see that I was kind of bullish in general on the other indexes as we are, and the rotation happened to help. As I said before, I had help, so it played out. That's all.
Okay, well, I've just, a lot of people know about Turnaround Tuesday, where whichever way you close on Friday, you get follow through into Monday and Tuesday's opening for Turnaround Tuesday. Just the first time I heard about a mid-morning fade. Wonder if you see that pattern repeat week after week.
When prices are stretched, yes.
Okay.
Because the fade is easier the fades are a little bit more forgiving. If they go against you, obviously the stocks that go up like a ConocoPhillips or a Devon or something like this. We'll go to a chart in a second. You know what I mean? The biggest moves are kind of made at the end. I could throw 1,000 cliches out there. I can't, like I said, It hasn't
Okay.
been like that. No, it has not. That's been
Okay.
happening. You know what? This type of trade that you asked me, has it always been like that? No, it's just like everybody has been selling the Monday morning, the Friday afternoon fade, and they buy the Friday afternoon fade, and the stocks open up Monday morning. It's just like that.
Okay. So, I know that were mentioning yesterday how NASDAQ was the relative strength leader. I sent out a chart on the yields. So, from the high in that we had Friday in yields, we've come off a bit from, we were up at 170. Here's your 10-year. What do you
Absolutely.
think, Mike? We could get more of a pullback in yields because we're threatening the March high prints of 178. What do you think is going to, and plus, are you looking at the GDP number that's due out this week, which is probably going to be so overshadowed by the Fed next, I believe, Tuesday or Wednesday? Is next week a big week to you because of the Fed, or are you looking at it as just another day? Whatever he says is the market's priced in.
You know what? I always got to come prepared. Really, really got to come prepared when I talk with you, Dale, because you get very cerebral. Well, it's a macro, and I'm not really a bond guy. I could see the chart right there. It could be a widget.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. But what you know what I mean? But I'm saying with listen, I'm going to go by the markets at all. I'm
Right.
looking at the thing right now, Walter Bloomberg, or the guy I follow on the Twitter feed, S&P all-time high. I'm
Yeah.
seeing that. I showed Jim Cramer this morning. If you want to get the TGH or scroll up, it's about the Dow Industrials. Everything, all the indices are sports at this point, but we're in the midst of earnings season. So personally, I'm looking how more. I am mentally looking at ranges, pivots, volume, how stocks are acting, more specifically the leaders, on how they're digesting earning news. I don't know if yet it's going to be a sell the news, if that sell the news is actually that proverbial top, if it's a buy the dip because they had to digest the precipitous move they made. I'm not sure. I'm trying to.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So, when we're looking at the market here, I see you look at, the leaders, and you look at the volume, and you look at where size is coming in on option trades. Does that give you biases? I know a lot of people look at options as when they see a large position come in, they know it's serious money and they pay attention to that underlying security.
No, it doesn't give me a bias. It gives me a bias that that's where the action is.
Okay.
I'm walking down South Beach, and I go past 7 clubs, and one club has 5,000 more people, 5 times more people. That's where I'm looking. And I don't mean to
Right.
be facetious. It's
Right.
just that's only because it gives me a frame of reference of maybe why that club is going to mean to make a poor frame of reference, but it'll give me an idea of why that club may be good, why the other clubs are bad. And it's the same thing with that preface. I mean it. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
So, okay. So I mean, Facebook has been making a lot of news lately, Mike. So, I mean, there's a lot of chatter, I'm sure, about Facebook, and, here's the way it look at what it's holding by the skin of its teeth right here. Is it tainted? Is it over for Facebook? I know they're trying to hold it here, but we've had pretty nice decline. If NASDAQ makes a new high and, say Facebook gets back to 350, would you be thinking about shorting Facebook?
Well, let's go. Can I share my screen? Is that, can we do
Yeah,
that?
you can share it. I'll stop sharing and you have it. Go ahead.
Where's the screen? Yeah, hold on. Share screen. All right, let's go to where are we?
Yeah, it's a green box.
Yeah, I got it. Okay,
Right.
this is Facebook, correct? You can see
Yeah.
my charts.
Yeah, got it.
All right,
Too
well,
much of them you need to move them to the left a little bit.
is that
So they're
good?
centered just a little bit more, just a hair. So we could see. Okay, got it.
That looks better, actually.
Well, I mean, to see the last candle, now I could see the last
Oh, I got
bar,
you. Yeah,
the
yeah.
last
Okay.
bar.
Anyway,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
listen, this is the earnings day. All
yeah,
right, now you know what I mean with stocks like. Well, let's look at the Qs. I mean, that's where the Qs are. Okay,
Right.
And this is, for example, with Tesla's, it did hit 1,000. Yeah, there it is.
Right.
Now, okay, so Tesla hit 1,000. We can get that over with. Hold on a second if I can, just so I can know what's going on.
Thanks for talking me out of buying puts there, Mike.
No, it's just,
You know what? Have you ever noticed some of your best trades are the ones you don't do?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
It doesn't show up on your P&L, but you just go, phew.
No, I'm in a couple of them now.
Glad I avoided that insanity.
With that being said, is that's so. This is Facebook, okay?
Yeah.
The sentiment is poor, but I really don't care. You know what I mean? It's not. I'll buy Philip Morris all day long. I don't. Once again, I don't want to sound insensitive, but if it's going up, it's going up. I have a fiduciary responsibility to the clients that, if Philip Morris is going up with cigarettes, I'll do it. Facebook is, I don't care for it either. And the sentiment is very, very poor. But like I said, the chart, and not to be redundant, that could be the chart right there of widgets. This is going to be the fourth time now it's going to test the 200-day.
Yeah.
So, what are you going to do? I mean,
it's a weak sister. So
are you going to keep? You got to hope that the NASDAQ.
It's the weakest fang. I think that there's some. It has some decay in its fang right now, and it needs a root canal. What do you think?
No, it's fine. That's a
They might have to remove this fang and find another.
Well, they are. These are the new fangs. And
find another F like Ford. Put Ford in there.
Well, to get back what I've been saying all week, and these are the stocks are moving. These are the new fangs. NET.
Yeah, you were talking about that last week.
AFRM. DOCU. ASAN. These this. I mean,
you own them all.
I've been piecing out on the way up. If somebody knocked me over the head and I woke up 2 weeks later, we've been a different story here. But but these are these are the stocks that are moving. Upstart, same thing. Nobody has an interest in Amazon. Look at Amazon. Nobody has an interest in Apple.
Yeah.
Apple. You were saying like that. Apple has become Ford. Apple has become IBM of when we were trading. Now it's these type of apps. Same thing. Yeah. So that's what people are piling into. So I don't know how to take it or how to do it, but I'm just
there's an awful lot of market cap and things that are becoming irrelevant as far as them not showing leadership. I think they're going to have a great meaning, especially on market cap indexes where they're 40%, 50% of the index, and if I just don't think it's a great sign, even though I don't think the market's topped here in NASDAQ yet. I think we should make a new high like the S&P did, but you're going to have a lot of what used to traditionally lead the Qs up here, not confirming the new high in the NASDAQ 100. I think that's going to be something that could be a canary in the coal mine.
I don't, I don't.
Yeah, I know. We do different things.
Just just a lot of the market it humbles you a lot, and I can't really try to. What scares me is I'm seeing more professionals or more my peers that, for lack of a better term, know what they're really doing, or the same level. And when they're saying the market has no memory from day to day, then I just got to start going back to what Ms. Helene says, and just price action and relative strength, like Tim Fury says, is prevalent, and it is. And I don't mean to be boring. Well, I love to take a stand, but it's just not that type of market. The winners, it's just the winner. You have to get rid of the losers. They compound. It's amazing how they're compounding more than ever.
Okay. What has your interest this week, Mike? Going into the remainder of the week.
Well,
what's on your radar?
I mean, I'm looking at all the stocks that I mentioned before and traded. Have made. I'm just trying to play. I can't do. There are no areas where I feel like I can take a stand. And I was thinking last evening that when I'm so look at UNG coming back, by the way, when I'm so complacent, last night I was so complacent about buying, which, by the way, didn't work out. I couldn't wake up. I couldn't wake up earlier to try to get out of what I'd done. But I digress. I was so complacent about buying these little floaters. Well, let me go back to sharing the screen again.
You are.
I'm going to share the charts though.
Okay.
About buying stocks like what did I buy? AGC, buying these type of stocks in aftermarket, or buying RB, Redbox. I was buying this like I didn't care. Hold on, let me punch this up because it's relevant. I mean, it's not really my type of trade, but let's go to today and go to chart parameters. This is the Rhino Trader, of course. The stock opened, 4 in the morning was 15. You took a walk the dog, it was 27. You know what I mean? These stocks, AGC, same thing. And the stocks AGC was a stock that moved from 13 to 16. And by the way, it moved on precipitously. It's traded 8 million, by the way, and it's only not even 10 o'clock. And Apple's traded how much? 10 million. So it'll just tell you how the liquidity of that. What I'm saying is I started to get very complacent. Point being is that's when I start to, when I'm giddy, and I don't mean to sound at that at my level, then
never heard you giddy, man.
No, then I get concerned. I do. I'm serious. I'm serious.
Okay.
I'm serious. It's almost like the antithesis is when I'm nervous and I'm asking, just like we talked about the other day, when I'm starting, if I'm in a bad position and I know the CEO's birthday and where he lives and everything, I'm nervous. You know what I mean? And it's the opposite now. And, I think it's going to show through in a little bit. And I don't know with Facebook, I think Facebook's breaking the 200 days we speak. So, yeah, that's Facebook. So I can't sell. I'm selling a lot of my positions.
Okay. So you don't have conviction for new adding positions, and you're in a trim mode.
I am in the trim mode. And if I'm not, listen, I'm okay with saying I'm not in Tesla anymore here. Okay. I get it. The same stocks are going up. I'll share my screen again if I can, just to give you an example. And I'll show you my main.
Tesla's not the only parabolic example.
I'll show you my main universe. And can you see my screen now?
We've got it. Yeah.
These are the futures here. It's all AMD, and here's Tesla.
Are you sure this isn't Zuckerberg's metaverse?
Zuckerberg's metaverse? No.
He's going to make a metaverse.
I don't know. That term gets me nervous. The metaverse.
I don't even know what it is.
I don't know if you have to start calling people they and he and she and everything in there. I don't know what that being said is. I know. Tell you what, the end of the weekends in the metaverse, but I digress. So this is my universe. So you know what I mean. So they keep taking up this. Listen, everybody is tripping over each other to buy the same stocks. It's a dichotomy. There's no mid. I'll go back to my screen again. It's like the middle class is irrelevant almost to a degree. General Motors isn't making a move anymore. It's all these it's the low floaters, or it's the one that everybody are tripping.
It's the ones that are easier to squeeze and manipulate.
Right. Nobody has, I'm the only moron on this trade. Even Exxon's not even Exxon's not a good example, but the stocks are not making that big of moves. You know what I mean? So I'm not tripping on myself to buy Tesla. I love it. I dig it. I get it. Here's the RSI right here. As you see bottom right, if you can see my screen. And if we go back to how many years is this? Yeah. Tesla's RSI. I mean, you can see this high here.
Yeah.
And the RSI was
at
here.
$1,000. Yeah.
So the RSI is even higher. So I'm not being hypocritical. I don't trade on RSI. We say it's a tool. And once again, the biggest moves are made at the end. It's happening now, but right. I'm watching it. So that's all I can say.
Yeah. I heard a few people on CNBC talk 2,500 in the next several years. And then one commentator said, well, it could do that in a few months. And if it does that, it's over.
Well, the irony is,
from here.
The irony is, and we post it every morning, is that Cathy Wood, the biggest bull out there, if you see sell, she's been one of the biggest sellers all the way up. Now, I understand that, she wants
That's interesting.
No, it isn't interesting. Everybody wants to go back in the video or scroll up or go and do your diligence. She's been one of the biggest bulls, and she's selling on the way up, which, by the way, that's sort of a red flag. And once again, I'm not going to fault her for taking a profit, but certainly if she sees it going to 2,500 when it's 1,000, why would you be selling? She's been selling the whole week. So
that's interesting because she bought it at great levels. So she definitely knows how to ring the register.
And by the way,
It's important for a manager.
and it is important. I'm trying to do it now as we speak. Unfortunately, I'm not hearing enough order filled emojis or whatever in the background going off, but that's fine. But this is another chart of
Do you
the
ever
future.
go to market or do you price everything out?
Can you expand? What do you mean, Coach? Expand.
Well, like you're like if you're liquidating, you're waiting for a price. You enter a limit order at a
I usually
price where you want to cover. Do you
I
ever
enter.
lose the patience of waiting for your price and just go to the market? What's the difference when
Yeah, I
you
mean,
want in or you want out? You just who cares about a few
well, it is,
dollars?
and it's what made me good and what makes me very bad. It's the same thing. I mean, I started off as a day trader, and 20 some on years ago, and I'm still trying to get out of my system. You know what I mean? And not be emotional, because when a stock makes a nice move in a short term, you have to look at where it's going, not really where it's been or what it just did. So the answer is, do I get like that sometimes? I do like that. I mean, listen, it's it's trading nature. If I have huge size in something, yeah, I tend to maybe I'll flinch here and there, but not really in the grand scheme. Getting back to
Yeah.
the futures, here we are today. So anybody that's familiar, I believe this is a trading view or trade view. This is a familiar chart pattern, if you will, with the numbers we posted all the time. So going in today, here's the volume coming in today, going to the past, whatever that is, 2 weeks, and an upside niner. And I said before, today we're up 21 handles. So,
What's that mean? That's not Tom DeMark stuff, is it?
no, it's not.
Okay.
That's
It looks like it.
well, I think it's a trading platform, trading view. It's universal. A lot of people use it, but an upside niner is usually a bad if you expand the chart. So and going into today, here's we are now. You saw the market here. Here's my universe. So let's look. This is what I'm looking at now. Once again, I post this every day. So let's look at energy. The most overbought it's been, by the way, if you blow it up, it's a year and a half. Oil producers cooked. Let's go to financials. Now, financials, the most overbought they've been. That's going back a year and a half. And here are the financials here to the top left. So with the financials up again today. And by the way, I don't talk shorting. I'm mixed. This is the first time I've been talk shorting all week.
Hey, Mike, an attendee would like to know what you think about BABA. I've heard that Chinese stocks have rallied back pretty strongly. Wondering if I'm not you're playing in that sandbox.
Well, if you want to go best of breed, fine. I get it. That's but you know what? It looks okay. And if it wasn't okay, how about this? The only thing that bothers me there is very rarely what bothers me about a stock at all, and it's geopolitical. It's an interesting try to factor. I mean, it's a Chinese stock. If you could throw fundamentals out the window, you can even throw the chart out the window, because it's susceptible to. I don't have to. So I don't have to go there with the person I know that Lewis. At least he's not asking about the airlines. Thank God. Where's the airlines last week after see that airlines? But what I like, Baba. Yeah, would I do it? Okay. The second one I buy is JD. Is that the JD chart? This is the one I part. JD is the one I play.
The precious metals, Mike, are selling off today, but they've had a little heartbeat lately. You see anything in the miners? Still no. You said you wouldn't be short. So if you got a pullback now in metals, would you buy into it with miners?
I don't have an opinion.
Okay.
I don't think there's the chart on G. I don't know if I'm getting my chart here. You can see there's here's the chart on GLD. I don't like the fact that broke below the 200-day. You would tell me better, Coach, or on how, or Tim would even on how these type of metals act. Technically, it's not for me. I don't even think I can't even use it in a cerebral or fundamental manner and putting it away just as a hedge type of thing anymore. I don't even know.
Could you use a few for a paperweight?
I have enough paperweights, believe me. I have a lot of paperweight. There's no paperweights on my desk. There's nothing over a half a pound on my desk because I throw things.
A door stop, something. Gold's got to be good for something. Crowns, dental work.
Nothing in my reach is besides the microphone now is less than a half a pound because I might throw it and try it. I don't know.
So there was also news of Russia's still hacking the hell out of us here. And so all these cybersecurity stocks have been on fire. You've been playing in that sandbox.
I have. I have.
Okay.
And as a
All right.
matter of fact, if I share my screen now, CRWD is a trade view, one of the best trade view positions. And matter of fact, yeah, that's the best of breed. And I wouldn't, the
Looks
ultimate,
like it's going to break out here.
the ultimate compliment is, first of all, the chart looks great on it, and 99 out of 100 people would agree. But the ultimate compliment to me on the other side is I would never even contemplate thinking about shorting it. That looks
Yeah.
great. What the other one, the new sexy one is S. I like that. That's the new one, S Sentinel One. That's a very good
Looks like
cybersecurity play.
a new high would over 75 may be coming here.
Yeah, I would anticipate a bull flag. Yeah, that's the new one to get.
Nice.
I mean, that's one that they like, nice fresh money in. And Zscaler. I mean, once again, it still has room to run. You know, I wouldn't buy 10,000 at the market. You know, I certainly wouldn't short it, but it's a buy and pullback. Those are the three. Zscaler, CRWD is the best of breed. The sexy one is S, and the cheap guy, not even, no cheap guys. There's not really any cheap guys. You maybe, is that a cheap one? Yeah, that's the bad one. But S is the one I'd be looking at the most here, just because it's fresh. You know what I mean? And everything like that.
Hasn't had time to dilute.
No, and you know what? DraftKings I saw yesterday reversing, and I'm trying not to bottom fish because that has been working. But yesterday it had that huge volume, and it closed yesterday on well, it doesn't do it justice because the DraftKings I saw had I should have taken that. Anyway, what else? Any other, Coach?
No, I just wanted to ask you, since you just said that, do you find yourself spending less time now that you're, been doing it, feels like a lifetime for you? Do you spend less time in would have, could have, should have land? You ever been to that island? If I would have, if I could have, then I should have.
There's not many. Well, no. First of all, there's not many things I miss. I'm not in. But it's
people waste time there.
No.
I mean, isn't the most important word for a trader next?
I know it's when I listen. I don't forget about it. I don't flinch. Yeah. No, you want to talk about flinching's not it. No. Yeah. You can't let it be that way. And you know what? I always used to say something. You're always good as your last trade. I completely think the opposite of that. I don't believe that anymore. And my last trade, I think, I don't know what's my last trade, but anyway, with that being said, is
that's interesting.
I all I can tell you is when I trade better, and I'll give you a common denominator is of what happens when I trade better. I start narrowing down what I watch with Twitter or the noise. Let's or whatever platform you use. I get back to basics and I start with putting on a couple of winning trades, and I get back to what got me there, knowing that I know I'm not going to catch everything. I know the next trade, thank God, it's got to have one freaking hell of a trade to put me in the next tax bracket. But I will say this, is that what upsets me the most and what keeps me as passionate as it is not the trade that I didn't take. It's that I may miss learning something that may make me a better trader.
Wow. That's a, great motto.
No,
biggest fear is missing out on learning something.
I can't breathe. It's not what I get it. It's always another trade. I could throw off a thousand cliches.
Yeah.
There's always but it's not that I don't think, like I said, the next trade's not going to put me in the next tax bracket. And by the way, I get more excited to wake up to go through the process, not about any particular trade that I'm in. But what keeps me there, and not to be redundant, I will say it again, it's that I might miss something that might make me a better trader. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard stories of like star NFL players that they had the practice, they had the team meeting, and a lot of the guys left, went home, but there'd be a receiver that would drag his quarterback out there because he was working on a new move. And, they're out there doing that. because, they want to learn something new to make them better. They didn't have to. They're already making millions. They're doing well, but it's that type of attitude where you're always trying to get better.
Well, I'll leave
You're
it.
growing or dying.
I'll leave it at this, and I'm not going to start not name dropping. As you know, my father was a professional athlete. And I know professional Hall of Fame athletes at a high level, and one of them being a jockey, and one of them is Mike Smith. He's Mike Smith. The guy's 54 years old.
Oh, yeah,
Pound for pound, physiologically, he's considered the best athlete in the world because of what he does and what he does. And I didn't ask him. I would ask him because fortunately I'm friends with him. And he's asked why he does it at a high level. And, it's a dangerous game. And he's won the Triple Crown twice. Get to the point. He's done it. There's nothing from left to do. And they asked him why he keeps riding, and he says because you can't perfect it. You never can perfect it. And there's something always that I could get better at. So I'll get off the pedestal of what they call it thing.
No, it's psychology and attitude. You could lay out a trade to someone, and if they don't have the right psychology, they'll blow it.
No, once again, you could watch 24. You can watch 24 hours, 7 days a week of video of Tiger Woods swing. You will never be able to prefer unless people try to shadow trade me. You can't do it, good or bad. It's just you can't do it. You have to do it. We're trying to give you a system. We're trying to help you build a system based upon parameters of what we think, what we know, or at least to take money out of the market. That's all. You can't shadow. You want to put money with the fund, fine, but you can't shadow train. We're trying to give you a system and to give you the tools to take money in the market every day. That's all.
All right, Mike, great sharing some time with you today.
You too.
I think we covered some nice areas, cybersecurity, and, this second week you brought up the new fangs. So people need to pay attention to, what's coming into vogue, because that's where, if Mike's watching it, that's where the money flow is. So have a great rest of the week, my trading warrior brother.
You too, Dale. I appreciate it. Good luck to everybody out there. Once again, always on TGH with it. Look at once again, I'm just showing you. It's not. I post a lot. Actually, I post a lot early in the morning Eastern time. There isn't a bad question. I don't want to sound pitchy, but anybody could ask. I'll get back to them, please. You know what I mean? Just let's get on there. Let's talk and share ideas. 2 is better than 4. 8's better than 10. You know what I mean? Many eyes as possible on there. So until then, everybody trade well, have a plan, and I'll see you tomorrow. 11.
Thanks for your giving spirit, Michael, because I know you don't have to do this.
Well,
thank you, buddy.
I appreciate it. Enjoy your day. Thank you.
That's a wrap, everyone. So don't just count your pips, shares, coins, whatever. Count your blessings. Great to work with Michael Venezia. If this is adding value, you would add more value if you came here and participated with us, and give us a thumbs up on the video, and have a great day trading. Good luck on Turnaround Tuesday. And I think we made a nice call in crude for the short-term top, and that's going to be a wrap. Adios.